It's Week 8 of the National Football League, and we'll see Brock Purdy. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the 49ers and the Cowboys under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Northern California and Levi's Stadium in the South Bay in Santa Clara, California. With Greg Olson, Mike Tirico up here in the booth. So glad that you are along with us. Greg got a couple offenses here that love to take their shots down the field, so the defenses really have their task right in front of them if they want to win this game.
Yeah, no question. I think as many of the matchups that we've dove into this entire week, it really comes down to which defense puts a lid on the opposing passing game and prevents as many big plays as possible. We see it week in and week out. The correlation between generating big plays, especially through the air, directly leads to the ability to score points. So make teams go the long way. You know, the defensive old saying is make them snap it again.
Here's Jake Moody to get this one kicked off. And off we go here on Sunday Night Football. Here comes a return from the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback, veteran, he's 6'3", out of Central Michigan. It's Cooper Rush.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from the opening whistle.
And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
So in regards to being used in the passing game, there's really two types of backs in this league. There's the check down back. He's able to just take the short gains and try to pick up more yards after catch. And then there's the back that can be used as a weapon. Man, when you got a guy like that in your passing game, it is a handful for defenses.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. To throw is Rush. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down. The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Here come the 49ers, and they are led by Brock Purdy. You know the story, taken last in the 2022 draft. The last 2 seasons, he has led the Niners deep in the playoffs, and it's his 3rd season, Greg, as the QB for San Francisco.
We have the luxury each week, Mike, of sitting down with these players and really getting a behind-the-scenes look at what makes them so good and what makes them tick. And, man, wouldn't it be nice to be able to bring the fan kind of behind the curtain and let them see for themselves what we see firsthand. And, man, it would only take a couple minutes for you to realize just what kind of leader this guy is. You would never know he threw 3 touchdowns last week. All he wanted to talk about was the costly interception and the couple plays he left out there. That's why they rally around him. The better he plays, the better the team plays. They need more consistent performances from him to get the rest of this team to do their part.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Looking to Samuel on the out route.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Still second down.
Purdy going to give this to Garendo. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
The 49ers out to punt this one. Cavante Turpin to return for the Cowboys. That is fielded at the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. Oh, he pumps up the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
The open man is Tolbert. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Rush. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Niners offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. That's complete to Pearsall. He's taken down but just shy of midfield. Here's 1st and 10. Purdy works out of the pistol. Short pass taken in by the tight end. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here comes Garendo. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. 14 on the pickup. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
They'll run. Here's Garendo. He'll be taken down at about the 33-yard line. Malik Hooker there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll send a tight end in motion right. A play fake. Now it's Purdy. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
You can just see the frustration of the defender. Did you see him get off the quarterback? He's like, man, hold that ball for one tick longer, man. I'm there to record the sack. Nice job by the quarterback having that timing and rhythm to get that ball out of his hand. And you can imagine, he got close this time. That defender, he's going to keep coming, and don't be surprised if he eventually gets to him.
Deron Bland. Good coverage, and he gets his hands on that one.
For the 49ers field goal, a 49-yard attempt.
Moody's kick is good. And the Niners will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. That's complete to Cavante Turpin. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attacking vertically.
Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Here's a first carry for their running back, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. 3rd and long. Here's Ruck. Oh, and that ball's intercepted. Tarvarius Ward with the pick. And the Niners are going to take over here up near the 40.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
A short one there, caught by Kittle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. Right back to Kittle. That's another one. A gain there of 10 yards. 1st down, 49ers. They'll give it to Garendo. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So we are through 1 on Sunday Night Football. 3-0 is our score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Second down and 8. Purdy to throw. Looking to set up the screen there, but he decides not to force it, and it's incomplete. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. On comes the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Cowboys offense ready for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now rush.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Rush to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
He's got it! To the goal line and in! Devontae Turpin. Touchdown, Dallas. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. The Cowboys move out to a 7-3 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. To return is Ricky Pearsall. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Niners offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Garendo. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Donovan Wilson.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
The Cowboys offense ready to get back to work. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. Throwing is Rush. He'll find his tight end. That's Jake Ferguson. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Rush. That's to Ferguson once again. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
They'll look to throw again. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing And that's the only thing that matters.
So last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 10.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Play action, here's Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Has his man. It's Samuel. Still going. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 86 yards. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the 1st down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that 1st down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. The Cowboys offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. To throw is Rush. It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2nd and a yard. A handoff as they try to run it here. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. This one downfield, complete to Cooks. A gain there of 24 yards. That's good for a Dallas 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Rush. And he'll take it on in. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown Cowboys.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Cowboys are on top. It's 14-10. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. There's Deebo Samuel and the rest of this Niners offense set to take over again. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. A run with Garendo. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Donovan Wilson will bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. Third down, 3 to go. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the playoff on
Delay of
3rd
game,
and short.
offense. Still 3rd down.
So after the 5 yards walked off, it is 3rd down and 8. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
And this is the predicament that a lot of defenders find themselves in, Mike, when the quarterback decides to scramble. They've got 2 options. Stay in coverage and don't give up the big play over your head, but then it opens up a lot of rush lanes for the quarterback in his legs. But now, in this case, he decides to gamble a little bit. He rolls the dice that he can get to the quarterback and abandon his coverage responsibilities. It pays off, and he's able to come away with the sack.
To return, it is Turpin. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Back to throw. Finding room at midfield. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. This one is caught by Turpin. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back with you from Santa Clara. In a moment, they'll come up to 3rd and 3. Here's Rush. That is caught. Hooks gets the grab.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue.
And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. picked up by Diamador Lenore.
All right, so sometimes as a coach, Mike, you just got to step in and take over. And I think in this case, you're going to look at your quarterback and say, I don't care how open that guy looks. If that defender's on that half the field, throw it to the other half, because this is the second time he has picked you off, and I guarantee the only thing on his mind right now is getting a third.
The 49ers offense and Deebo Samuel making their way out. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. He gets it to Samuel, left side. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now Purdy. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
And this is why most teams might decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
So Kittle comes in motion. Here's Purdy again. And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
And the 49ers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Again in the air for Purdy. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Needing a yard, they throw with Purdy. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. The Niners will use their 3rd and final timeout. Play action now. Purdy. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this 1st half. So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the 49ers are back within a point. It's 14-13.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Rush. He'll look deep, left sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this 1st half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jalen Naylor, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, we head east to Detroit to check on the Lions at home at Ford Field. and they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. Jared Goff, a very good performance as his guys run their record now to 5-2. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good blue-collar matchup. Giants and Steelers from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. This is fielded inside the 5. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The 49ers offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. They'll motion over Samuel. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's taken in by Jennings. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Purdy out wide to Pearsall on the RPO. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
At the 39-yard line.
On the ground, it's Garenda. And he's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7. It'll bring up 3rd down.
46-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun, it's Purdy. He'll complete that to his fullback. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here's Purdy. Open man is Samuel, complete. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
At the Cowboys' 46-yard line.
They'll send a tight end in motion. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still 2nd down.
Following the penalty, he'll run it. Not much there, a yard or 2 down to the 48. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is going to be called in. He's got it. Ricky Pearsall, touchdown San Francisco.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
From the shotgun, it's Purdy. And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion.
You just have to find a way defensively to step up there and get a stop. It's one thing to give up 6. You allow a touchdown, but now dig deep, man. Get a stop. Looked like there was some confusion, and offense is going to come away with 8.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Cavante Turpin on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and Cooper Rush back on the field. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Drive will start on the ground. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down. They'll stick with him again. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this third down a lot tougher. So, from 3rd and 2, back them up to 3rd and 7. Rush to throw. Short throw, caught by Ferguson.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 50. Brock Purdy and the NFC champs back out to begin this next drive. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
At the 16-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Purdy. That's into the hands of the fullback. And mark him down up beyond the 30.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. So Kittle comes in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Purdy.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
On the ground, this is Patrick Taylor. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The 49ers out for the punt. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. This fielded inside the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And the turnovers have really been the story here. Take you back through the actually the lowlights in this one. Not a lot of positives when you have a 3-interception game under pressure all game long. The secondary feasting on his passes. Now Rush. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase of what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
1st and 10. Now, faking the give. He'll let this go deep for Tolbert. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Rush. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. On the ground, it's Dowdle. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1. Here's Rush. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Rush. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Rush. That's into the hands of Turpin. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tarvarius Ward.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Niners offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Purdy works out of the pistol. Open man is Jennings. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A big play to kick off this drive. 38 yards.
Mike, it just seems like certain games each week just align for matchups like we're seeing today. Just two quarterbacks trading blow for blow, putting on a show for their respective teams. Let's see if he can finish this drive off with another touchdown following that big play.
On 1st down, here's Garendo. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
3rd down and 13.
Out of the gun, here's Purdy. To the right side here, pass is caught. He needed 13 and got 14 for the 1st down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Quickly to the outside and complete. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. To throw once more, it's Purdy. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll turn and hand this one off. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Here's 3rd and 2. They need 2. Here's Purdy. In trouble, and down he goes.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
So, Jake Moody on in this big situation. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Cowboys offense ready to get back at it. Interesting point here, Greg. This is one of those where, put me in the mind of the play caller. Are you thinking just keep the ball on the ground right now?
I think it's hard. I think a lot of it has to do with how much confidence do you have that he can work himself through it, because as the turnovers continue to stack up, your biggest fear is that the confidence breaks down.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Throwing is Rush. Catch is made there on the left side by Cooks. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Niners offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Right about now, they might be thinking, are we sure we want an off week next week? They're going to head into the bye with momentum as they try to polish this one off. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9.
At the 19-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. This throw, left side, caught by Kittle. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Up the middle they go. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Purdy. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. 2nd time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, you might be running out of time.
2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Purdy. Pass caught by Pearsall. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Man in motion here is Jennings. Purdy now on 3rd and 2. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Purdy on 1st down. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Purdy. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Again in the air for Purdy. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Purdy going to give this to Garendo. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's a chance to put this game away. 1st down and goal. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Isaac Garendo, touchdown, 49ers. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper, his 1st NFL touchdown. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Throwing now on 3rd and long. That one downfield for Cooks.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The 49ers offense ready to take over once more. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Not much there. Maybe a yard. So the faithful here at Levi's Stadium are rewarded. It's a win for the 49ers. And with an open date on the schedule next week, they'll be able to savor this one for a while. Rest up and ready to get back at it in 2 weeks' time. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.